Everyone shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm finally doing the Hoya tour. I know. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna show you my entire Hoya collection. There's a reason I haven't been doing this. I needed to be in the right spot mentally, I think, to even handle this. Because how I do these videos is not only do I show you the plant, I usually also give you a cute little B-roll shot, and then right down here, I give you, or up here, sometimes here, I give you the name. So this is a lot of work for me, and collection tours don't always do the best, surprisingly. Well, not everyone heckin' likes Hoya or orchids or monstera or philodendron. Before we get into this madness, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. Maybe you've been binge watching my content and you just forgot to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the community. I also have YouTube memberships, which you can check out at the link in the description. I also have merch, and let's get into all of the Hoya. I have a list. I have in my collection 44 different species of Hoya, assuming I didn't miss any. It is my goal in this video to show you every single Hoya that I own. Every single one of these is all the Hoyas that I own. These other ones are video ideas. Yeah, all those are my Hoya. I'm gonna start with the prop box first. Here is my little Harley Hall prop box. These are all Hoyas for the most part that my good friend, my dear friend, my dearest friend Harley gave to me. A couple of these are Hoyas that I put in here because they needed a place to go. But here's the box, and you can definitely see it's an older box. It's got some green, just green growing all over the perlite. And I actually think a couple of these will be ready for me to get them potted up soon. All right, I also have a string of turtles in here as an experiment. Okay, let's start with the ones that Hoya actually got me, that Harley actually got me. No, why is that happening? Oh no! Okay, so I'm still experimenting. This is like the most perfect leaf from one of my favorite Hoya. This is Hoya pubic calyx. Harley did not get me this. Doesn't look like it likes the humidity. I'm not surprised. I'm actually gonna remove this but this is a Hoya pubic calyx speckle that I got. This and Hoya macrophylla do not like humid prop boxes, so I'm gonna actually, I think, water root that, or I'm just gonna stick the bottom in perlite, because it is definitely rooting. Like, I don't know if it'll show ya, but it's definitely rooting. It's just, it's not like in the humidity. Hopefully we can keep the genes. Okay, so the ones that Harley gave me are quite old. I've had them since I visited her last November, so we'll start with this one, which I'm pretty sure is Hoya biacensis. Actually, maybe I'll film a big Hoya repot with me after this. This is Hoya biacensis. This is a Hoya that Harley gave me. I'm not gonna say, the next Hoya that you guys are gonna be seeing Harley gave me, okay? I love it. She actually, I had already picked which ones I wanted to take cuttings from in her collection, and then she was like, she actually went back and picked this one out for me because she was like, you need this Hoya. Then I have the Hoya Bella Le Bois. This one's actually ready to be potted up, it looks like. Here she is. She was half this big when Harley gave her to me. This is probably, if not my favorite Hoya in the whole world. I adore this Hoya. I think it is remarkable, iconic, wonderful. I love inside variegation. It's the king of variegation for me. So to have a little Hoya Bella that has this beautiful inside variegation is just wonderful. 8 new leaves since I got it. It's already throwing new hands too, which I don't know if you'll be able to see, with that little nub at the top, there's hands that are being thrown, so yep. Here we have Hoya Pan Choi, which is confused, thinks it's a Le Bois. These sun stress really beautifully, so I can't wait to get this guy potted up and watch him sun stress. I have a Hoya table, which is where I keep all of the Hoya that aren't literally in this box. I have 2 that I keep in a terrarium, but for the most part, everything's pretty much in this box. Then we have this Hoya Fichii. I think they're just mad that I take them out so much. This is ready to be potted up as well. It has a pretty significant root system. Harley also gave me this. You already know. I don't need to say it again. I love this Hoya. I think it is so beautiful. I love it. I kept trying to get one from Steve's Leaves, but it is pretty impossible. It actually has a new growth point, so it's like putting out, it's like throwing hands currently, which is exciting. I love the veining on it and I think it's really, really beautiful. This is Hoya Midoriensis Red. Very significant. Yeah, let's pop these up today. Not in this video, but looking out for a video. This is Hoya Midoriensis Red. How exciting is that? I think it's iconic. I actually might have to leave to go buy some pots for this. Fun! Shopping trip, woohoo! Hoya Midoriensis Red. It doesn't look too interesting on the outside, but it has really awesome flowers and the leaves when they come in look awesome. It's one that has been on my wish list that Harley fulfilled for me. This is Hoya Ring Sand. It looks like it's having a hard time, but I promise it's fine. It's putting out a new growth point currently. Living his best life, killing it. So this is the Hoya Matilde I have. And then also I have another one that someone else gave me in a trade. Look at this little guy. He's not rooting so well yet, but you can see his little nubbins are starting to form on the side right there. Matilde roots slowly, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's actually it for the ones that she gave me that are in this box at least. Yeah, I think that that's actually it. She also gave me a macrophylla, but obviously, like you heard me say earlier, that one did not take to the humidity super well. So this is a Hoya No ID Wilbur Graves, which is also arguably my favorite Hoya in existence. Like, oh my gosh, the dark, like speckled leaves are iconic. These are its two newest leaves. They also have a ton of speckles. I don't even know if it's gonna like really show up that well, but they're very splashy. Like there, you can kind of see it better there. And I love how dark the older leaves are. They just look so great. I love it. I love it. I was so happy to see that it was doing well enough in my care to like actually grow for me. But that's exciting. I do definitely think that it's time for these to be potted up for sure. Then I have this Hoya Enduensis that my BFF Baruch gave me. This has actually been my hardest Hoya because it's definitely doing better in the prop box, but it's still not thriving. Like its roots, I don't know if you can tell, they're still like kind of rotting sometimes. Other times they're good and other times they're not. But here's the little guy. I'll keep trucking away at this one. So far, I don't feel confident in that one. And then here is the other Hoya cubic calyx that the girl gave me. That gave me the other one. The one that I showed you first. See how splashy it is kind of when I tilt it away from the light, I think. I think that's all the Hoya we have in this box. Okay. Next up, we have some Hoya that really need to be watered. It is these guys' turn. Like I told you in a video, I think a couple videos ago, I like to wait to water my Hoya in sections. So it's these guys' turn, and it probably should have been their turn a week ago. This is my big ol' Hoya carrii. Massive, massive, massive. I don't love it too much, but I actually did just take a cutting to send to a girl who really does like Hoya carrii. Carrii, I kind of like this plant, I kind of don't. It's growing for me. It's throwing hands, literally. I love it. Then we have three insanely thirsty Hoya. This is Hoya Pinky Eye. I got it from Unsolicited Plant Talks, but I don't really like it that much. Literally hasn't grown for me, and I got it probably 10 months ago. Then I got this very, very thirsty Hoya Acuta from I think my friend Heather. She's vibing, living her best life. And then this is Hoya Croniana Black, also kind of splashy, also very thirsty. Okay, next I have these two Hoya. One of them I have no idea what it is, literally at all. This one is Hoya Croniana. I got this from my BFF Heather Hoyas. Go check her out. I'll honestly just link her in the description. But it's actually throwing hands. See the new growth? Ah! Ah! Throwing hands, I love it. It's actually fairly big. Like the leaves are pretty massive. Then I got this Hoya, which also could be from Heather, so I will ask her. But it looks like this. I have no idea what it is. It's not Acuta. I genuinely don't know. It's also not Elliptica. It's just like, it's just this. I don't know. Okay, these next two Hoya, I have them in kind of weird places. So I'll show you this one first because it's really exciting. This is my Hoya Hoya047, and it's been growing this entire time in moss, but I don't have like the desire to make any new moss. So I literally just stuck it in with my Adabapoense Billy Tie hybrid. And he's honestly doing really well. He's grown a ton. Getting to the point where I feel like I might be able to take cuttings like if I needed to for a trade or something soon. But here she is, my Hoya variegata. How cute. When I got this, it was literally just a few leaves, and I did take a decent cutting for Harley when I went to visit her. So, how beautiful is that, right? And then you can actually see it is currently throwing one hand right there. It is throwing a hand, and it is throwing another hand from an entirely new growth point right there. this is another one that I did that with, and it's because I bought this, and I actually don't think it'll ever grow. I'm pretty sure it's literally just a leaf. So first of all, I do have this cute little prop box. I did make a video and during a houseplant tour where I did make this. So if you want to watch that, just search plant chores and you'll see me on the ground holding up this cute little box. But I'm not going to talk about these because these already exist over there. So we're just going to put that down. First of all, we have this Hoya Lachinosa slash, oh, it's gonna bloom. Okay, so this is my Hoya Lachinosa slash Croniana question mark, because it has some leaves that literally just look like Croniana, and they're coming from the same strand as literal Lachinosa. So unless this is a Hoya that I've just literally never heard of before, like look, you can literally see, that looks like Hoya Croniana, potted in the same pot as a freaking Lachinosa, except that they come from the same like stems. It is remarkable. This thing is growing really fast. I'm counting like 20 new leaves coming on it. Here's one spot, new leaves. All of the stems are throwing hands right now, which is really exciting. It's just so confusing. Harley got one too. I got this in Salt Lake City. I got mine from Cactus and Tropicals, and she got hers from Paradise Palm. It's just it's so odd, right? It's like, who are you? How cute. Did you know that there's peduncles on everything, even your brain? Next we have a Hoya I haven't shown you in a long time. This is my Hoya Skinneriana. I got this from Elizabeth. She runs Reclamation PDX. It came to me as just this leaf. Just that one leaf. And yes, that is sunstress. Just got so dark in here. Yeah, so it came to me as literally that leaf, and that is how it is sunstressed. But I've gotten it to put out 4 hands and an arm. Look at that. And I thought that this Hoya would be a lot more interesting looking, but it's just really not. It's just kind of like grain, like plain green leaves. Almost kind of looks like a Hoya Carnosa, and look how funky it is. It's like a tree. Now, I have multiples of these. This is the only one I can actually show you. The other one I'm gonna have to do a little B-roll shot of. But this is a pot of 7 Hoya Carnosa Compacta strands. And she's iconic, honestly. Here she is. But this is my beautiful, big ol' Hoya Carnosa Compacta Variegata, and I love her. I think she's so regal. I used to love the Mauna Loa more, but I really think that I love this plant the most. Oh, she's iconic. She's literally so iconic. I love it, and she's in a brookseedle pot. Wonderful. It is the one I have hanging up in a hanging pot, and she's growing so fast. I'm very excited to see her future. Next we have this Hoya Calistophylla. I don't know if it's longleaf or shortleaf, but this is what it looks like sunstressed. It's very yellow. Like this leaf is perfectly alive back here. I looked at it and everything. Not sick, not dead, just very sunstressed. I think that this is one of the most beautiful Hoya you can own, and it is a very popular one, especially among new collectors. Mine also is a little splashy. I don't know if it's gonna really pick up, but it does have a couple spots of these splash on these different leaves. Like here's another spot right here. Very hard to tell. I bought this from Reclamation PDX as one leaf, and I have grown it since into this beautiful boy. But yeah, this is my Hoya Calistophylla. She do be pretty. Next, we have my Hoya Velosa, but here she is. She's very beautiful. I love like the wavy leaves. All of them are pretty decently wavy. And check out the roots. I actually repotted this one recently. I don't think I repotted it on camera. I think I just did it myself for fun, but you can actually see the roots are totally taking off since I repotted it. It's having a really good time, living its best life. I do have a confession to make. I was gonna put out 2 new leaves, and when I went to go grab it, I didn't see that it was pregnant, like throwing hands literally, and I bumped them off. It's doing that right now, but it kind of looks dead. Like it's yellow and it moves really easily, but I'm not gonna kill it. I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and if it dies, it dies, and if it lives, it lives. But this is my little weird Velosa, globulosa guy. I don't really know exactly what it is, but he do be here, he do be chilling. Then we have my actual Hoya Velosa Cowdong. It is this guy, and he is beautiful. He is pretty nice. I love the veining on the leaves. You can see he actually put out a new leaf recently. It did stay pretty small, but we are getting 2 new leaves. He's currently throwing hands. Yeah, he's nice. I like him. a lot actually. The bottom of the leaves are so fuzzy. I wish you guys could feel it, but it's really incredible. I repotted him in one of these like orchid pots I got from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's right there. He also gets a heckin' ton of sun. So then we have my, this is my Hoya imbricata, but I'm worried it's just like dead. This is a constant experiment, but this was like sold to me in like a literal block of like wood. But here she is. Hasn't changed since I bought it or traded for it like a long time ago. Oh yeah, I did trade. I traded for this one. But I repotted it in here in hopes that I'll be able to bring it back. Should have repotted it as soon as I got it, but can't go back in time. So we gotta live with what we got, and he looks cute for now. I can't give you guys any care. Someone asked me the other day for like Hoya imbricata care. I genuinely can't give you any because I'm trying to figure it out myself. But he is a spotted one, as you know. I'm a hoe for splashy Hoya, so. Next, we have one of my all-time favorites. This is Hoya Hoya047, and this is her. Isn't that just iconic? You might see these spots and get nervous. Those are actually just sun stress spots. Those are completely normal. They don't do anything bad at all. But this one gets probably the brightest light out of all my Hoya because it does turn so beautiful when it does. You can see the back of these leaves are kind of purpley. And then these ones are actually in the process of turning. I think that they're so freaking beautiful. I also got this one from Elizabeth, who is again the owner of Reclamation PDX. It goes and like puts out new leaves and then the whole thing just like dies. So I found that sometimes if you like chop a Hoya, it can like jump start again because it's like, oh, gotta grow. So I thought about cutting this off because it put this out and then like nothing happened and there's literally no active growth points up here, but that's so beautiful, huh? Just completely purple. But this leaf right here is just iconic. I think it's beautiful. The next Hoya I have to show you, I've cut back a lot since I got it, and this is Hoya Giorum, and it came to me like this. It put out 4 new leaves, and I've cut it twice to do trades. Now I'm just gonna kind of let it do its thing. Obviously, I can't cut any more than this, but I really like it. I think it's really pretty. The leaves come in green, and they completely turn this like cream peach color when you give it sun, like even just a little bit of sun. It wants to be this color. It honestly almost looks like a Laffy Taffy. An airhead. It kind of looks like an airhead and I kind of want to eat it. Yeah, that's her. She's cute. Next I have Hoya Calamontan. This one is also major sun stressed. You can see the little sun stress spots that it's got. And it's nice. I shoved it in this tiny pot, but I think I might repot it. I think it's just honestly too small. This is a concrete pot also. I tried to like put all of my small Hoya like this into tiny pots so that they'll fit better on my windowsill, but I just don't think that it was the right move. Pretty, it's cute. It looks very much like a Hoya calistophylla. You probably wouldn't even know that it's not the same if you didn't know, but it is completely different. This is Hoya Hoya047 / Kentiana variegata. I'm not sure which one it is. Some people say it's Kentiana, some people say it's Hoya047. No one really hecking knows at all. So I just think it's beautiful. It's so colorful. I put it in this Brooksseedle pot because I'm obsessed with the color. Again, inside variegations. There is a variety of this plant that people really like. It's called Hoya Lori Lynn, I think. I personally don't because I again prefer inside variegation. This is an extremely slow growing Hoya, so like probably don't buy it small, but here we have a couple new growth points. So like these leaves right here are brand new, and so are these two, and it's throwing hands currently, you can see right there. But yeah, I've had this for over a year. I think it's been a 1.5 years, and it hasn't grown for me at all. So definitely try to buy it big if you can. I would have bought it bigger than this even if it was way more expensive, just because I love this Hoya and I want it to get really big, but it doesn't want to do that for me. Next I have this little Hoya Rebecca that I don't really like, but everyone wants one, so I feel like it would be dumb to give it away. Here it is, sits right in my window, gets pretty sun stressed, but it's just not my favorite. I don't know if it's because of the fact that it's like one strand. I really don't like Hoyas that just have one strand. It does have a peduncle though, so when it does bloom for me, it does look really nice, but I'm just not a fan of like these one-stranded Hoyas that clearly should be like a whole plant, you know? Like it's just so little, so. Anyways, yeah, this is my Hoya Rebecca. She's cute, but she's definitely not my favorite. And I've definitely thought about selling her. But don't ask me to sell her to you. Stop it. Don't ask me to sell you guys plants, please. Next, we have my Hoya Mauna. She's nice. I did also repot this one, so this is all of my Mauna in one pot, including the one that Harley gave me. And you can see she's nice and pretty. This one is definitely a Hoya that looks way better when it is fully grown in. However, all of the strands are producing new growth and they've all started new stems. It's a pretty fast growing Hoya. A lot of people struggle with this Hoya, but for me, I think that I do really good with it. The another spot where it's throwing hands, it's going really well here, right here on this. Another spot where it's gonna start throwing hands. So I don't know. I love Hoya Mauna. I think that it's so beautiful. I used to like it more than I liked Hoya Carnosa Compacta variegata, but I definitely think I like the other one more now. Next we have my Hoya Fungi. He is a fungi. Here she is, killing it at life. It's kind of like a very, very easy Hoya. It veins really easy. When you sun stress it, it gets super veiny. So there's really no reason not to love it, and it's a super fast grower. The only reason mine is so small is because we've never gotten one of these in Boise, and they seem to be hard to come by around here, so I've done a lot of trades for this one, but I also got this one from my friend Heather Hoyas as well. Next, we have a fun friend. This is my Hoya Potsii Cow Yai, and she's cow killing it. I love it. I really don't have anything else to say about this plant, other than it's doing really nice, and I think it's pretty. It's also putting out a new growth point right there, so. Then I have my Hoya Retusa, which I think is growing. I can't tell. You tell me. I can't tell. I got this for $12 from a succulent day. I'm really glad I did because Hoya Retusa was so hard to get here. Now it seems to kind of pop up every so often, but I think it's kind of funky. Kind of looks like a stick bug. Then we have one of my true all-time favorites. This is my Hoya species Affinity Burtonii, and here is how beautiful she is. Isn't that just incredible? I love this leaf in particular. It has always been sunstressed like that since I got it, but here's the whole pot. It also has a peduncle. I don't like how this one's blooms smell. It is gonna bloom for me here soon, but it genuinely smells like pea or like sour cheesecake. I don't know, it's not my favorite smell, but it is definitely a very beautiful little plant, and I love it. Next, we have my Hoya AH074, and actually forever I thought this was called Hoya AH047, but no, this is Hoya AH074, and it is the very silvery Hoya. I was given this by Anya from Botanicas, who I will link in the description, as always, honestly. They just, it wasn't growing for them, so they were like, we just don't want it anymore, so you can just have it. And it actually hasn't grown for me either yet, but it does look like it might be putting out a tiny, tiny baby growth point right there. Right there. Beautiful. These leaves are completely gray and silver. They look like they're just normal green, but they're actually literally just silver. And I love the contrast between the dark green and then the silvery speckle. I love speckle Hoya. Icon. Next, we have my Hoya multiflora. This one I actually just harvested finished blooms from. This is such a weird Hoya to me because it honestly just looks like a crop. It looks like a coffee plant, kind of. The leaves aren't succulent at all. They're like normal plant leaves, but it's known as the shooting star Hoya because their blooms shoot out like that. This one's only giving me one for some reason. Literally it's giving me one bloom, which is kind of silly. This one deserves to be in my collection because I literally almost killed it so many times and I treated it so badly and it never died. So I decided to start caring about it, and now it's blooming. It does have two peduncles. Here's one, here's the other. They kind of look like little shower heads. The next one I've been wanting to repot anyway, so I'm just gonna cut it down from there. Okay. This is my Hoya Finlaysonii. It's extremely sun-stressed because it literally sits directly in the window all day long. So this Hoya probably gets more direct light than any of my other Hoya. It's also kind of splashy. Kind of fun. I had someone tell me once, I think it was my friend Chloe, that she's not totally convinced it's a Finlaysonii because mine's fuzzy. But there's, like you saw with the Kalimantan and the Calistophylla, there are so many Hoyas that kind of look like each other. And then it also has ribbed sides, curly sides, which I guess Finlaysonii I don't have. But all I know is I bought it as a Finlaysonii, and until it flowers for me one day, I won't truly be able to ever identify it. I think it's really beautiful, and it's I love the sun stress, the pink on it, I think is so nice. It's nice. I like it. Gonna repot that sucker. All right, are you guys ready? We're almost done. So this is my big Hoya Cortesii. It needs to be watered pretty badly. I have another smaller one that's in a kokedama that's currently being watered. But yeah, I got this at Lowe's, Target. What am I even saying? I got this at Home Depot and it's cute and I like it. It's finally growing back in. I almost forgot to show you this big guy. We're not quite done yet, but I moved away from this side of the room. This is my big Hoya Carnosa Compacta. She is massive. Got a lot of dead leaves as well on the inside, so I should probably repot this. Yeah, let's just go do a repot with me. That sounds fun. Here's from my head down to my hip, so pretty big. It's also growing in. Here's a new leaf. Currently, that came in, it's super dark. Like very dark. Honestly, I think that's what I'll do tomorrow is my project because it's already getting late. I've already filmed 3 videos today. Yeah, well, we'll make that the project for tomorrow, but it's very large. I feel like you guys can't even really see how, it's so big. Like, it's huge. I'd like to give it a hanging pot, but I just don't think it's realistic because I think it would hang all the way down to like the table. Okay, next I'll show you what I think is my variegated Hoya Chelsea / Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen. So this is her. I got her at Edwards, the nursery here. And in the middle you can see literally Chelsea, just Chelsea. And then up here, what appears to be a variegated Chelsea, like literally the heart leaves and everything, even from behind, literally looks like variegated Chelsea. Doesn't, like, I've never seen a Carnosa Crimson Queen do that. What I do see them do is this, but that's literally the only strand on here that looks like a normal Crimson Queen, and I just think it's because it's like white. But this entire strand right here is literally variegated, like that's variegated Chelsea. You can't convince me that it's not. And people on the internet for like a year, I feel like these have been popping up slowly. And even when one of my Discord patrons was like, I think I have a variegated Chelsea, I was like, I don't think that exists. Just because I hadn't heard of it. But I'm like certain after seeing it in real life, like that, like even Carnosa Crimson Queen does not like variegate like that, really. Like that's so wild. So, and the leaf shape, that's a Chelsea. And there's literally Chelsea in the middle of it. You can't convince me that it's not. So I'm just gonna start calling this my variegated Chelsea and people can just suck it, honestly. I got her for, I think, $25 at my local nursery and they just called it assorted Hoya, so. Mwah. Next, let's talk about my splashy Hoya Ovada. Technically 3 of them because I have one rooting down there. This is what I literally bought today. I know, I'm on a no-buy, boohoo. But look, I literally saw this and I freaking fell in love. You probably already saw me show you guys this on a haul. But wow, look, it's so splashy. Like I cannot, she's iconic, am I right? Then we have the one that I've had already. Like I said, I'm a hoe for this, okay? Here is my other one. That's my favorite leaf right there. I'm obsessed with it, but look at how splashy. She's in another brickseedle pot because we love her so much. She deserves the best in the whole world. And look at her. She's just a queen. Just literally living her best life, throwing hands on every single stem, literally. Every single stem is growing, like actually. And I'm really happy. I used to not like Hoya Ovada like at all, but she's regal. She's so wonderful and I love her. Oh, I love her so much. Look at her. Ah! Hoya Chelsea. This is my big Hoya Chelsea. I got this from North End Organic Nursery. She do be big. I love her. She's actually growing back in. I cut her and then rooted them and then sold the cuttings for like, I think 15 each or something on my Instagram. So go follow me on Instagram at me Ashley, because if I do sell stuff, I will just do it spontaneously on there. All the little heart leaves, they're so cute. Here's a brand new stem. This grows so fast. Like this plant literally grows so fast. Look at that. That's all new. This is new right there. This is new right here. This guy's new. Look at that. Completely bland into like one leaf right there. So underrated. I think that more people need to fall in love with her. I think that she is really beautiful. So beautiful. I got this whole thing for only $35. Can you believe it? And it was huge when I got it. It's been 50 minutes. Actually, it's been 49 minutes and 32 seconds. Now I'm going to break open my big terrarium right there, that guy. And I'm gonna show you the 2 Hoya that I'm keeping in there. This is my little Hoya Carnosa Haliniana. Yes, it is a Carnosa species, but it is a miniature Carnosa species and it is so cute. It's got these itty bitty tiny little wavy leaves, and the girl who sent this to me is I think the same one who sent me the Wilbur Graves Noid Hoya. No ID Hoya. I love this Hoya. I think she's so beautiful. Iconic! Iconic! Maybe I should make iconic merch since I say it so much. Icon! Plants are so beautiful. Half the time when I want to film a video, I'm like, can I just walk around and show you guys my plants? Would you guys like that if I literally just like picked some plants and showed them to you because they're cute? There'd be no purpose to the video except for just that. And there might not even be a growth update. They might be the same old leaves you've been seeing. Cute, huh? Anyways, Hoya Lachinosa, Carnosa, whatever. This is my Hoya Waymani Borneo. This is a very special Hoya. Could be one of the rarest Hoya I own, if not the rarest, like actually rare. This guy is wonderful. This is like actually really hard to find. I got it in a local trade. It was so dumb because this girl that I was trading with, her name's Alicia. Hi Alicia, if you're watching. Basically, she lived pretty far out, like on our way, on me and Sydney's way to go to Salt Lake City, Utah. So I just met up with her there, but then I didn't realize I was gonna have this with me for the next week while I was down there. So like I just brought this with me. But yeah, this is my little Waymani Borneo. Doesn't look super cool, but it is so rough. Well, like, I mean, like to you guys, it probably doesn't look super cool. Like there's no like veining on it, but it's green. I don't even know how to show you this best. It's green and purple, okay? And it's got like a Hoya imbricata like vibe. I'm obsessed with it. And right here, you can see it's actually putting out a stem right there. Ah! I'm so freaking excited, and he's rooting really nicely. I kept him in the same cup that Alicia gave it me in. Wow, and he's doing really good. Ah! Amazing. Sometimes Hoyas just like need a year to like do their thing, you know? Sometimes you just really do gotta forget about them. I am really excited about that though. I've had this Hoya for so long, and for a long time I was worried it was just dead, but no, she's just working on herself, just like me. All right, well you guys, I do think that was the last Hoya. So entirely possible that I forgot one. Hello, it's me in super low quality to show you that I actually got more Hoya after filming this video. The biggest one I want to show you first is this. A freaking subscriber sent me this. This is a Hoya pubicalis pink splash. Here she is. Wow, look at that front camera quality. We freaking love. This is the entire plant is just like this. This was sent to me, a new actual member to my channel. Her name is Ashley Hack, and she is iconic. She split her plant with me. She said her plant was just getting too big, and I actually thought that she was sending me like an itty bitty tiny cutting because she had reached out to me on Instagram before. She was like, hey, I'm gonna send you a cutting. And then it was this. It was this. This is my favorite leaf on it. It's this tiny baby leaf, and it's honestly incredible. Like, how is that real? So wow, I just want to keep looking at it, don't you guys? It's huge. It's about, I mean, you've seen it in a video if you watched my unboxing. Oh, Raven! Hello, you cuddling my socks? Iconic, bro. That is the I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Wow. Iconic. I have another Hoya pubicalis splash that's in here, which I might have actually shown you in the video, but I can't remember, so here it is. I didn't show you this very well. This is my other Hoya Carnosa Compacta variegata that I have. I think I just like gave you a brief little glimpse at this, but here she is. She is probably the most beautiful one I've ever seen, so incredible, huh? You've already seen all of them, but here's just a big glimpse of the table because I didn't really give you guys like a close-up of the table. But this is the table. Then in here, I added my new cuttings. So someone in the mail actually sent me this Lisa, which you also would have seen in the unboxing, but I filmed that other video before I even got these in the mail, any of them. I've been sitting on this video for a minute because editing this is a lot. Actually throwing hands, which is really exciting. I also got this Hoya Macrophylla alba marginata, and then this is an obovata cutting I got as well from her. So this is now my 4th obovata cutting, and I actually think that that's it. And then in here, this is like my kind of dying prop box. It's fine, don't worry about it. This is not dying. This is the other obovata splash that I have. So it's just like there's a lot of obovata splash in my life, and I'm living for it. I'm gonna pot up this cutting, that cutting, like the other 3 cuttings I have. Well, the plant that I got plus these 2 cuttings, I think, together in one box, and then we'll have a whole new guy. Probably don't look the best in this lighting, but I don't really care. So that's a lot of them. I also have a couple like miniature cuttings of just a few other things that you've already seen. So I don't care. I'm calling this 50 count collector tour, whatever. So it's just maybe 1 or 2 Hoyas short, but literally in my Hoya Carnosa pot, that's 7 separate plants I put together. So there's 50 Hoyas here. It's just, what do you count as 1 Hoya? When I was just even making this list, I forgot so many, and then I was like, oh right, how could I forget? It's because I have more Hoya than any other genus of plant I collect. Probably have more Hoya, and then just overall I think I have a lot of orchids, and then I think I probably have a ton of philodendron, but like not even that many. Like I don't even have that many philodendron. I maybe have like 15 species. I have like 2, I just love Hoya, and they're literally like this whole thing right here is my Hoya table. All of that. That's my Hoya table. Just doing its thing. So thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you feel like I missed any Hoya, like you feel like I had something and now I don't. I probably still have it. I even went downstairs, you guys. I even went downstairs. This is all the Hoya I found, so probably all the Hoya I own. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you hit like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlantMeAshley. Follow me on Instagram at PlantMeAshley. Literally PlantMeAshley everywhere. I feel so lucky that that's not like a popular name because I just get to have PlantMeAshley everywhere. Except for on Reddit. I'm Anonymous Monstera on Reddit. I don't do anything on Reddit. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please check out my YouTube memberships at the link in the description. You get access to a private houseplant community with over 80 members. You get YouTube benefits. It's super fun, an awesome community of friends. Thanks for watching this video. I've been recording for 56 minutes and 41 seconds. 44, 45. I filmed a bunch of videos today, so now I'm gonna go play Viva Pinata and eat some rice, probably. See you guys later. I hope that you liked this. Last time I made a Hoya collection tour, it was with Chris, and that was pretty fun. I hope I was funny enough by myself. Okay, goodbye, bye.